As Stanbic Bank announced its results for the first half of 2023, it was also keen to note their zeal to embrace cloud technology. The decision to go this direction is not only for convenience, but also supports the growing of shareholder returns, of profitability through lowering cost of operations. This, however, comes with risks, and the central bank is strict on which bank or how much a bank adopts cloud computing.
Regulator, our concern rightly is on three things. One, as a bank, can you demonstrate you understand all the risks that come with deploying some of your applications in the cloud? In other words, how comprehensive is your risk register around cloud computing? Two, how effective and what's the efficacy of the risk mitigations you have in place to deal with those risks that you have identified? And then fourth, the third, is that the question then becomes, if there is a residual risk, how much capital are you holding? And that's one of the reasons why all the financial institutions now are required to prepare something called an ICAP, an internal capital adequacy assessment plan. And essentially what that does is basically how they plan for their capital. An institution looks at all the risks in this operating environment, puts in place risk mitigation measures, and then says, for any residual risk, I will hold X amount of capital in the event that risk materializes. So the cloud computing is dealt with from a risk-based perspective, which is the supervisory approach of Bank of Uganda.
Even as Stanbic made a 200 billion shillings profit for the first half of 2023, fraud hit their agent banking operations.
There was a lot of fraudulent activity happening in the agency banking. So we have had to discontinue. As you know, we are unrepentant about our attitude towards fraud and integrity. So anything that does not add up, we will get rid of and fight from the system. We have discontinued 319 agents from our network on account of questionable transactions, and we will continue to clean up that process as we go along.
The board, subject to regulatory approval, will pay a dividend per share of 2.44 shillings. Joan Salmon, NTV Business.